I grew up in a working-class Russian town, dreaming of a life way more glamorous than what I had. I swore I'd never end up like my dull average parents. No, fame and fortune were my destiny, no matter the cost. In high school, I got good at designing my own clothes. People noticed. Compliments were coming from every direction. Then at 16, my parents moved us to Germany. I thought my classmates would vibe with my style, but nope, they mocked me. I couldn't fully understand them, but the laughter, loud and clear.
Can you free me the ketchup, please?
Sure, wait, free the ketchup? I grabbed my harmonica bottle, played a tune, just to have it.
What was that? The bottle! You played it!
Oh yeah, harmonica bottle, duh.
Insane, I need one!
Next week I got them bottles. They were grateful. Maybe they'd finally accept me.
Zoe, no more bottles. Can I have yours? For my sister?
I hesitated, then handed it over. This has to be it, I thought. Spoiler, it wasn't. They stayed mean. By the way, grab your own harmonica bottle, link in description. I ran to the bathroom trying not to cry. Staring at those ugly loafers, it hit me. They're the problem. Small town sheep, no taste. Me? I had vision, dreams. They weren't just mean, they were jealous. When I turned 18, I got accepted into Central St. Martin's in London, a top-tier art school. But my first class? Snooze fest. The professor had zero charisma, wore beige everything, and his voice was like a lullaby for depression. I can't take this. How's anyone supposed to learn anything when the teacher's more boring than the subject? Everyone stared at me like I'd committed a crime. Once again, I didn't belong. Russia was too gray. London was too stiff. I needed to be somewhere bold, somewhere alive. Berlin. I landed an internship at a PR firm and learned one brutal truth. Image is everything. Money, power, success. It's all perception.
Darling, is that polyester? At a fashion client dinner? I cannot have your tragic taste reflecting poorly on me. Where do you shop?
I make my own clothes. It's cheaper.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I knew in that moment, my boss lost all respect for me. No one takes a broke girl seriously. Ugh, I quit before they could fire me. Time to fake it till I made it. I decided to become the fashion icon I knew I was inside. So I moved to Paris with just $20 in my pocket for an internship at Purple magazine. My great-aunt was the first woman in our family to wear a tube top in Russia. She was counterculture. Let me bring that bold spirit to your magazine. You won't regret it. It worked. They hired me on the spot. But Paris isn't exactly budget-friendly for a 20-year-old, and $400 a month wasn't gonna cut it. So I asked for a paid role. Denied. I begged my parents for money just to survive the internship. And let's just say, I invested it in my image. Fancy dinners at chic restaurants, lavish nights out with the elite at the most exclusive clubs. I was building a persona.
You owe me 2 months' rent, Dana.
I had no way to pay it. So I ghosted Paris and booked it to the US. 48 hours later, I touched down in New York and checked into the shadiest hotel in Manhattan. Using my Purple magazine badge, I snuck into an exclusive New York Fashion Week event. Wearing a blazing blue power suit, I strutted onto the red carpet, striking poses like I belonged there. People started snapping photos.
Oh my gosh, I love your blazer. Where'd you get it?
Custom made by moi.
Oh, I think I detect an accent. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh no, not at all. I'm from Germany, Berlin.
No way, I've got friends in Berlin. What's your last name?
Delvey. Yeah, I lied, but I was reinventing myself. No way was I going to be seen as some broke girl from a working-class Russian town.
Your badge says something different, and I don't see you on the guest list. Can I see your ID?
Crap, if I showed her my ID, it'd all fall apart. Oh no, I think I left it at home. I can't go back there. He's there, I'm sorry, it's just... Then waterworks. A skill I mastered back in Russia.
Oh, sweetie, don't cry. You'll mess up your makeup. She's with me? It's fine. My guest canceled. Please, just let her through. She's clearly dealing with something.
Thank you so much.
Of course, divorces are rough.
You've been through one?
Not really. But I watched Eat, Pray, Love last week and felt like I did.
Rachel was a dream, bubbly, energetic, and a photo editor at Vanity Fair. She knew everyone. Best part? She believed I was a German heiress starting the Anna Delvey organization. Rachel was all in.
Oh my gosh, I love it! Let me help. I'll introduce you to potential investors. You deserve something good after all this.
She was right. I did deserve it. The more real this fantasy seemed, the more obsessed I got. I opened 5 credit cards, eating, partying, getting seen. But investors? That was slow. Soon my cards were nearly maxed out. What do you mean your card's not working? Must have been my ex. Probably canceled it. The venue's saying they'll pull the plug. I pulled out my phone and faked a call. Yes, hi, what do you mean I have to wait 5 to 7 business days? My event is in 10 minutes.
Anna, it's okay. I'll cover it, for now. You'll pay me back, right?
Oh my gosh, yes, of course, thank you. I meant to pay her back. Rich people cling to money, no investors. No one gives you money unless you already have money. The system is rigged. So I forged documents claiming millions in a Swiss account for a $22 million loan. Almost. First, $10,000 in legal fees overnight. If you can lend me this, I'll pay you back immediately. Email my financial advisor if you need confirmation. Luckily, I was that financial advisor. I'd made the email myself and replied to them like a pro, assuring Anna was good for the money. The dream was so close I could taste it. But the higher I flew on borrowed wings and whispered lies, the harder the fall. In the end, the only thing I truly owned was my story. And perhaps a lesson learned too late.
And it worked. I got the $22 million loan. But I slipped up. I accidentally told the bank I was born in Germany, even though my passport said Russia. One stupid detail. They pulled the loan. I was back to zero. But instead of quitting, I doubled down. I needed a reputation so massive no one could question it. I checked into a high-end hotel in Soho, bought an entirely new wardrobe, got a fresh haircut, and even hired a personal trainer named Casey. I also got close with the hotel concierge, Neff. You know, Neff, we're not so different. I know what it's like to be near wealth but never touch it.
I thought you were an heiress.
It's complicated. Hey, come with me to that new 5-star French spot. My treat. I took the hotel staff to spas and fancy dinners, sparing no expense. But eventually, the money ran dry. The hotel manager gave me an ultimatum: pay or get out. I panicked. I needed breathing room, so I booked a little getaway. With what money? Oh, just a few fake checks totaling $80,000. That wouldn't bounce, at least not right away. I went with Rachel and Casey to Morocco. But when we got to the hotel, my credit cards got declined.
Anna, what's going on with your money? You say you own a yacht and you can't even pay for a Caesar salad?
It's just a glitch with the credit card company, I swear. I'll pay you back. I have cash in New York. I'll give it to you first thing when we get there. And I meant it, truly. But when we got back to New York, I was shocked to find my hotel key didn't work. Neff, what's happening? Why can't I get in?
You're being kicked out. You owe $30,000.
I have the cash. I just need to grab it from my room.
Your stuff isn't there. They're keeping it and selling it. They gave you lots of warnings, Anna. Why do you even have $30,000 in cash? Who even are you?
Who am I? After everything I did for you, you're so ungrateful. Luckily, this country loves handing out credit cards like candy. So I got a new one and checked into the Beekman Hotel, desperate to keep my business plan alive. My strategy was simple: get a loan from one bank, pay off another's debt. Then when the second bank caught on, I'd open a new account at a different bank and get a loan again. It worked as long as I kept moving, but that meant I couldn't stay in one hotel long enough to impress the money-hoarding elite. By the end of 2017, I'd lived in more than 7 hotels, all on credit. At my 8th hotel, my credit card got declined again, and I had to leave. When I tried for a new card, I got denied. Overnight, I was homeless, sleeping in my car on a noisy Manhattan street. I have friends, it'll be fine. I always figure it out.
Anna, where have you been? Where's the money you owe me?
Rachel, I'm sorry, life's been crazy. I'll tell you everything at lunch. Just meet me tomorrow. I'll bring the money, promise.
You sound freezing. Are you okay?
I thought about telling her the truth, but I couldn't even hear it myself. At dinner, Rachel stared daggers from across the table. I'll have the braised short rib, thanks.
Who's paying?
Don't worry, I got it.
You don't look good, Anna.
Really, is it my bangs?
Where's my money?
Look, I'm still working on it.
Anna, do you have my money or not?
Please, Rachel, I need a place to stay. I promise I'll pay you. Right now, I'm sleeping on the streets.
I don't believe you anymore. If you reach out again, my lawyers will be the ones answering.
I was speechless, lost my appetite. Head heavy, I walked to the bathroom, but as I opened the door, a huge, burly hand grabbed mine. I looked up. A gruff, nasty cop glared down at me. You're coming with me. He slapped handcuffs on me, dragged me out, shoved me into the back of his cop car. At the station, they tossed me in a cell like a criminal. Hey, you can't do this. I want my lawyer. Don't I get a phone call? You owe a lot of people a lot of money. Don't know what you're talking about? Consider this a warning. You're spending the night for attempted dine and dash, and if you don't pay your debts in 30 days, the FBI's coming for you. 4 hotels threatening to sue, 6 restaurants, 4 clubs. Should I go on? I might have growled at him. He slammed the metal bars shut. At least I had a place to sleep, kind of. This sucked. I had to admit I'd failed. The next morning, I decided to cut my losses and leave New York. On the subway to the airport, an ad caught my eye for a fancy rehab in LA, the celeb kind. I Googled it. It was the real deal. Like a sign from above telling me what to do next. I needed Malibu rehab. I booked a ticket with my card, arrived at the beautiful beach resort. But a month later, rehab said my credit cards didn't work and kicked me out. You're just gonna toss me to the streets? What kind of rehab is this? I didn't meet a single celeb there, no rich investors for my foundation. Total flop. Watching waves crash, I felt empty. Maybe it was time to admit I'd never win this game. It was rigged for the rich. I'd always be poor, alone. Tears poured down. Then my phone rang.
Anna, I'm sorry I abandoned you and said awful things. I heard you're not doing well. Can we meet for lunch? I want to make it up.
I was relieved to hear a familiar voice, but still mad. Obviously, you treated me cruelly, but maybe one lunch couldn't hurt.
Great. Meet me at that 5-star sushi spot you love. See you tomorrow night.
Wait, tomorrow night? I was in LA, had nowhere else to go, no one to turn to. Maybe this was my shot to start fresh, right? I took a cab to the airport and bought a red-eye to New York. I made a list of legit ways to chase my dream. Maybe rehab actually taught me something. Next morning I showed up, hyped to start fresh. When I met Rachel for sushi, she seemed happy to see me. I told her about the celebs I met in rehab and the life lessons I learned.
Wow, just a month and it changed you? That's amazing. I gotta hit the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
She took forever, so I went to check, only to see that brutal cop blocking my way. Ma'am, you're under arrest for failing to pay over $150,000 in debts. This is a federal offense. He slapped cuffs on me and read me my rights. As I was let out, Rachel stepped out smirking. Rachel, help me. Tell them they're wrong.
I called them. Did some digging. You're a fraud, a crook, a total traitor.
They dragged me out in front of celebs and photographers. Humiliating? Rachel leaked my fake socialite story to the press. At the police station, my story was all over primetime news. Anna Delvey, fraudster swindling NYC, now on trial. Rachel made me famous. I laughed. I got famous. Weeks in jail, sketching trial outfits, working with a stylist. If inmates dissed me, I fought back. Thrown in solitary to focus on my art. I was blowing up everywhere, social media, mags, TV. When asked if I felt guilty, I said, I'm just a girl from a poor family chasing the American dream. I didn't hurt anyone, just wanted more. After 2 days, the verdict, 4 to 12 years. I thought only murderers got that. I made it count. Wrote my biography. Netflix paid me $500,000 to consult on a show about my life. 2 years later, I was out, renting a flat in Greenwich Village, surrounded by creative minds. Gallery shows, $500,000 in art sales, and even Dancing with the Stars, though that didn't go well. Was it worth it? My criminal days are over, I'm a household name, and people still pay me to tell my story. And you're watching it right now. Not the usual path, but I pulled it off.